Hey, what's up, family? Welcome to Ask to My Ox,
where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
This right here is my boo thing, my baby, my wife, the queen of this castle, Eon.
Oh, and this right here, this is my husband, my sexy lover, protector, and confidant, the king of this castle, Ayize.
Hey, what's up, y'all? We coming today because we want to lift up something that we often lift up in the work that we do with couples. Now, my wife, she had her radio show earlier today, and we were focused on basically some dysfunction and drama that occurs during the holiday time. But this video right here is speaking about one element of that drama and dysfunction, which is required in order for you to have a really good relationship with your family members, but also with your spouse, specifically with your spouse. And so we're lifting this up because, again, we focus on relationships, y'all. And so today we're talking about creating a safe space. Do you have the courage to create a safe space in your relationship? The reason why we want to discuss this is because in our counseling sessions, what we've seen is that couples really have challenges around this area. And oftentimes it's based off of the fact that when it comes to intimate partner relationships, they really didn't experience a safe space when they were growing up. So they don't know really what it looks like, really what they should be doing in order to provide that to their partner. And so we're going to give you some tips today in what you can do and what we do to create a safe space for each other and also for our children, for them to feel comfortable sharing with us and you know, growing in their relationship with us and for us to grow in our relationship with each other.
So one of the first things that really is important for there to be a safe space in any relationship is for the two persons who are in relationship, but today we're focused on you because you're the one watching, for that person to have self-awareness. You have to be self-aware. And that's a really broad, kind of vague tip, right? But when it comes to communication, how you talk to one another, how you share things, self-awareness is really important in terms of how you look in terms of your nonverbals, what your face looks like, what your tone sounds like, and even managing some of the ways that we might find ourselves triggered, you know, and then we kind of respond in ways that aren't helpful to someone. So for example, what I know about myself is that it is really important for me, if I'm hearing something from my husband that I may not be in agreement with, I may think is ridiculous, right? Any number of things, right? I'm getting triggered because he's saying something that lets me know that he doesn't get this issue in the way that I want him to get it. The first thing I know for myself is that I must be quiet. Because I typically, if I go in this place of speaking, my words are going to flow so quickly and so haphazardly that it's not going to be helpful to him or the relationship. And I will have evaded any sense of, you know, resolution or joining with you or making you feel as though you can share with me in a free and open way. So that self-awareness for me lets me know that I just have to be quiet. And that takes discipline, right? That creates a safe space for him. Early on in our marriage, that wasn't always the way I reacted. That wasn't my initial step, and that has become my initial step. And that in turn, as I said already, has helped to create a safe space in our relationship.
Yeah, what I would say for me and what we coach couples on doing is really being in a posture of receiving. And so we think that that's critical too. So that's number 2, y'all, receive. So be open to self-awareness, but also be open to receiving. This is really critical because when it comes to any situation in your relationship, you may be tempted to blame, you may be tempted to judge. But the way you create a safe space is making it an environment, an atmosphere, an ambiance where that person, your partner, can come to you free of judgment, free of blame, free of criticism. And it's not to say that you don't have things that are popping off in your mind, because you all do. We all do. But again, you want to make sure that it's a space, it's an environment, an atmosphere where you're reserving that. You're receiving what it is that they're saying. You're listening. You're listening with the intent to understand. And if you don't understand, if you don't get where they're coming from, then what you need to be doing is asking questions. And not asking questions as though you're interrogating them, but asking questions as though you really want to know what the unmet need is. And so again, it's critical that you be in a posture of receiving when your partner comes to you.
And then timing, y'all. Timing is everything. So, you know, this is a good connector to what my husband just talked about, right? So what does it mean to have non-judgment? He talked about having a place of non-judgment. That's so essential. And a lot of times when couples hear us say that, they're like, so wait a minute, we're trying to get to resolution on some things. I can't pretend that everything that you're sharing with me, everything you are telling me, the feedback that you're giving is kosher, because this is real life stuff we're dealing with real life consequences. And we get that. But here's the thing. In order for there to become a regular place where you and your partner can share and put things on the table, and you can rely on your partner to be truthful. They can rely on you to be transparent. There has to be discipline to your communication process, which means that you have to have a space where I know, for example, that when I share with my husband, I won't get analyzed off the top. He knows that he won't be criticized off the top. Now we're not perfect at it by any means, right? But we do know that those things have to be suspended at the entry point into a place of transparency, right? Like we can't do that off the top, which means that timing is important. So for me and for him, if I got some feedback or I'm like, yo, like something is up with that, or I'm not feeling this, or I'm concerned about some things, then depending on the situation or the scenario, the timing may be, I'm going to come and let him know some thoughts I had about this tomorrow. It may be in an hour. It may even be the difference between as soon as he closes his mouth, do I open mine up? Okay, well, or do I just pause for a second? And I just pause. And just be quiet. Just be quiet for like 5 seconds and then move on, right? So all of those things are important so that people feel as though their voice is honored and respected, and you all create what? A safe place, a safe space in the relationship. We hope that this has been of help to you. We hope that it's given you another little tip about how to have the kind of relationship that all folks can have if they just stop playing
and start pushing.